Okay, let's get started. Well, thank you for participating on today's webinar about Evident ClearStone Live. My name's Ivan Ho from Evident Software. I'm responsible for all the product development activities at Evident Software, and I believe I may have worked and met some of the people that are on this webinar, and certainly I'm open to entertaining questions and comments, and we can address them during the call. The structure of this webinar will be based on a quick presentation, no more than 10 minutes, and then we're going to dive deeply right into the product demo of Evident ClearStone Live 3.4, which has just been released last week. Okay, so you're obviously seeing new key product capabilities and functionality. And for those who have previously used Evident ClearStone Live before, hopefully you'll get to see some new features of the product. And for new attendees of this call, well, hopefully you'll learn a lot from what we do for Oracle Coherence. Okay, so let's get started. Evident ClearStone Live for new users, want to give you a quick background about what the product does and how it helps users manage their Oracle Coherence data grid environments. Okay, first of all, it's a real-time and historical tool. Okay, one of the key capabilities that we provide out of the box is what's known as a flight data recorder, which allows you to monitor your data grid in real time and while recording all these performance statistics in a live operational cache. Okay, which allows you to zoom back in time, over multiple hours or up to 24 hours, or you can go back into historical and look at trend and activity of your data grid over a period of time. Some of the key things that we do monitor in your environment are your JVMs, the health of your clusters, your nodes, the name caches, Coherence extends, and Coherence real-time logs. Okay, one of the key advantages of using this product is its web interface. We leverage Adobe Flash technology using Adobe Flex, and the backend is entirely a Java-based platform. Okay. If you are either a developer, an architect, or designer, or whether you're in production support, supporting the data grid environment, well, ClearStone Live can help you perform many of the functions that you would need either in the pre-production stage or on a production stage. Okay, very helpful in helping users understand the size of your cache and understanding the capacity of your cache, in addition to the performance and utilization of your caches. Okay. Furthermore, it can also alert you whenever events occur, either via logs or via threshold-based violations or any other changes within your infrastructure. Okay, and I'll demonstrate a lot of these capabilities in a demo. As far as our integration with your data grid is concerned, it's a very easy to install product. It requires no changes to your cluster, no changes to your cache configured files. The only thing we actually need from your end is your network configuration, specifically the multicast or unknown address list. Okay, that's how we deploy the Evident Coherence adapter as a management node in your cluster. It is not a storage-enabled node, therefore we do not cache or see any of the data that is being used in your data grid. Okay. We also have the ability, given the monitoring tool, we also have the ability to support an HA environment, which allows us to constantly monitor Coherence clusters for a production environment. So let's talk a little bit about the architecture. I'm going to go through this briefly, just so that everyone on the call understands how this product is built and how it functions from an end-to-end perspective. As I mentioned earlier, the Coherence adapter is deployed in your cluster. It's a single JVM. In this JVM, it's a customized NVMe server and also a JMX adapter that performs all the localized monitoring of your data grid. Okay, as everyone knows, the Coherence has cluster JMX capabilities out of the box, and we leverage that. And again, we take advantage of that through the use of a custom NVMe server and a JMX adapter. One of the additional capabilities within the product is Coherence real-time log monitoring. All right. As everyone knows, if you have a cluster of 20 JVMs or 50 JVMs, log files become very difficult and challenging to manage and let alone to monitor. So we have the ability to monitor those logs via a log4j appender Very simple configuration change on any JVM. We provide you a log4j opinion whereby all these logs can be forwarded into Everything ClearStone Live for monitoring, alerting, and consolidation, and of course for presentment. The brains behind the system is between the pipeline server and the operational cache. The operational cache is what we call our flight data recorder. It's essentially the data repository that is storing all this data in real time. All the data is actually pushed and delivered from the adapters over to the operational cache. And this operational cache is something that we maintain and that we manage internally in the product. As some of you may know, this operational cache is based on use embedded in Oracle Coherence within our Everything ClearStone Live product. Okay, and that's completely independent of your data grid. Okay, it is not used in any of your licenses. It is sold and incorporated within our product. Okay. As far as the pipeline is concerned, this is where all the real-time data processing happens. As data is streamed into the pipeline, it is evaluated for example, for threshold violations, or data is aggregated or filtered or consolidated in such a manner that it is then cached and presented in the real-time console, or delivered into the database to be used with our chronograph capability, which is for historical analysis. Okay. In addition to that, all the real-time coherence logs also stream through the pipeline for consolidation and for alerting as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate a lot of these features and functionality in the next few minutes. And for those who have just joined us on this particular call, thank you again for participating. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to use the chat via readytalk.com and log your questions there so that I can certainly answer them throughout the call. Okay. Before I get started with the demo, I just wanted to kind of give everyone a quick overview. The installation of this takes less than half an hour. Okay, whether your cluster is 20 JVMs or 200 JVMs, again, installation is very simple. Deployment of your coherence adapter is a very quick process. We support multiple platforms, multiple flavors of Linux, Solaris, and multiple flavors of Windows. Okay, and of course even Mac OS for trial customers. Okay. And as far as configuration is concerned, there's really very little that you have to configure. I'm going to walk you through some of those configurations very briefly, just to show you, what we expose. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and move right into the demo.